In the search to find out about the Guildry, who built our village in 1818, we took a step back in time to look at Perth in medieval times.
In medieval times, the Merchant Guild, who later became Perth Guildry, administered the town. They organised the markets and fairs, saw that the king's taxes were paid, and inspected goods for trading to ensure they were of a good standard.
The guild was made up of merchants and craftsmen from the various guilds within the town, as well as the Lord Dean of Guild and the Provost.
Perth Guildry have a book called the Locket Book that contains records of the Merchant Guild from as early as 1452.
When Queen Elizabeth II visited Perth in July 2012 as part of her Diamond Jubilee year, she signed the Locket Book.
In medieval times, the Baxters were bakers. They worked closely with the millers who ground wheat to make flour. The Baxters used the flour to make bread. They lived and worked on Baxter's Venel, and that's how it got its name.
The Baxter's emblem features a sheaf of corn with tails around it. It also features the Baxter's motto, Praise God for all.
If your surname's Baxter, then it is likely that in medieval times your family were bakers.
Hello, good sirs. Can I interest you in some lovely white bread?
How long ago was it made?
Last week? No, yesterday. Thursday.
If it was made yesterday, then how come it is mouldy and stale?
Mouldy? I think your eyes are deceiving you.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that.
Moving on from that, your rolls are the size of walnuts.
How dare you!
I am appalled at your disregard for standards.
We will have to take you to the guild court for selling underweight, mouldy and stale bread.
Lazy girls, market day today. Really? I forgot about that. Well then, get up, get dressed and pack the goods.
9 shillings for a big pot, 5 shillings for a small pot.
How many pots have we sold?
7 big pots and 8 small pots.
Well done.
May I speak with your master?
I will go and Hello, good sir. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. May I inspect your goods?
Of course. What would you like to start off with?
The small pots, please. They're very good.
Thank you, sir. Would you like to inspect the big pots now?
Yes, please. That's excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Stop that thief!
The Weavers' Guild owned property in South Street, Weaverland. Weaverland Close was opposite of Horner's Lane. The first weaving materials were shipped by the Knights Templar after the First Crusade.
There are streets named after the guilds and trades of medieval Perth.
Our job was to drive cattle along the cow venel to take them to the markets and to the south edge for grazing.
Cow Venel was a route that led from the marketplace around St John's Kirk to the South Street.
Flesher's Venel is on South Street. A flesher skims animals and prepares them for the tanner. They also prepare and sold meat.
They lived and worked in the area close to the market. near St John's Kirk. They were one of the most important trades and the oldest trade. The fleshers are an olden name for butchers. The coat of arms of the fleshers shows the tools of their trade: a saw, a cleaver, an axe, knives and a sharpener.
The tools are also to be found carved in the stone of the Fleshers building in South Street.
Horner's Lane is home to the Horners. It is where they make inkwells, combs and musical horns out of cows' and goats' horns.
A skinner is a person who had the horrible job of skinning the animals and making the skins into leather by soaking them in deep pits in a mixture of disgusting ingredients. The part of the town that they worked in was very, very smelly.
Skinner Gate was the area in Perth where the skinners worked, and the gate part told us this was a way into the city through the city walls.
Rope makers' close. The close runs southwards for about 100 yards to Canal Street.
It was one of several convenient shortcuts for pedestrians crossing the city in a north or south direction.
Rope makers used it as a rope walk during the twisted operation.
A rope walk is a long, straight, narrow lane or a covered pathway where long strands of twine were laid before being twisted into rope.
These baskets must be made to perfection. This basket has not been made to perfection. See, there's holes in it. I will see you in Guild Court.
Please, sir, not Gold Court. I swear I tested them before. It must have been after.
Young lady, did your master check all of the baskets?
Yes, sir. My master checked half and I checked the other half. I swear.
Well, other tradesmen have been saying that there's a few boys running around spoiling their work. Are you sure that you prepared the willow correctly?
I am sure.
Then here's what I'm going to do. You and the other tradesmen whose work has been spoiled will meet me in Guild Court and we'll discuss what has happened.
I would be pleased to attend. I do not wish to be fined or thrown out of the guild. My work is my life.
Eliza, where have my beeswax candles got to, as I only have towel out here?
Good morning, madame. I am the head of your guild and this is William, a merchant. Ma'am, may I speak to you during prayers?
Yes, of course, sir. Eliza! Here are your beeswax candles. Oh, hello, sir.
Where do you get your beeswax candles from?
I make beeswax myself. She does.
Good, good. Where do you get your bees from?
From
Yes, there seems nothing wrong with these two. Let's leave them to work.
Thank you, sir.
Glovers were a most important guild and very rich. They were able to supply royalty and the nobles with gloves for hunting and falconry.
Important members of the church also wore gloves in these times. Their coat of arms showed tools of their trade and a pair of gloves, and the words grace and peace. These words can be seen above the doorway of the Fair Maid's house in Curfew Road in Perth. Her name was Catherine Glover, and she was the daughter of Simon Glover, who was a deacon of the craft of glove makers. The street named Glover Street demonstrates the importance of the craft to the town.
Silversmiths, goldsmiths, ironmongers, blacksmiths, tinkers, horseshoe makers, armourers and weaponsmiths were all part of the Hammerman Guild. By the 14th century, silversmiths, goldsmiths and jewellers each had separate guilds from each other.
Each guild protected the rights to the craftsman to carry out his own trade. A blacksmith in the nails guild
caught making horseshoes could be taken to the guild court.
The wrights were a mixture of 7 different sciences. Wrights, barbers, coopers, slaters, plasterers, glaziers and masons.
The word tailor comes from the French word trap, meaning cloth, and thus trappier, a seller of cloth. It was then made into tailor.
The tailor's emblem shows a pair of scissors and in some cases a rose. There is no tailor's fennel, but they may have lived and worked in the area known as Thimble Row.
Alice, welcome to the guild. Can you please tell me what you can do? I can sew and embroider, but my friend needs a bit of work. Do this. Okay. No, stop! Like this. Okay. That. Well done, Alice. Oh look, my deliveries from Mrs. Martle has come.
That would be 3 shillings, please.
Alice, I would like you to take this material and make a bodice and embroider it with the lace. Yes, I shall. Alice, it's gorgeous. You've done a great job. Thank you, Miss Smith. I'll put it in the to be delivered pan. I bring for this court Robert Baxter and Constable.
Last market day, a member of the Merchant Guild and members of the Trade Guild did happen upon this man's stall to try his wares. The bread was found to be stale and short of weight.
What say you, Master Baker?
If it please your honour, I have been tradesman in this bar for 9 or 20 years and have always been honest and true to my craft. On this day, I had left my shop in charge of my journeyman, also an honest fellow. His mistake was to entrust the setting up of the stall to our apprentice, a humble fellow with little sense. I can only say that the lad was given a severe beating for his trouble and spent a wretched night in the dark cellar with the rats.
I trust he has learned his lesson, Master Baker. Methinks another year as an apprentice will help him appreciate the importance of selling only the best in his master's produce. I know you to be a good tradesman and an honest man, as were your father and his father before. You may go, and be sure to box the boy's ears for me.
Summer